Oh,
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live. It is the 1st of July, year 2026. My deepest apologies about not being able to host the Facebook Live for the past few weeks. One, I was at a retreat for 10 days, then I fell sick after the retreat or during the retreat, towards the end of the retreat. And so I was kind of recovering. And so anyway, this Wednesday would have been the correct day if you would have taken a like the two week gap. So we perfectly fell back into the same schedule. So here we are back on our Facebook Live, which is held every Wednesday once in 2 weeks. So it's not every Wednesday, it's once in 2 weeks. On Wednesdays, we have Facebook Live. And let me welcome our panel today. We have Patricia here, who's part of our core group of meditators. And then Francesca, I see Francesca joining. Francesca has been joining us on our Facebook Live sessions as well to share her wisdom. And we have Wyatt as well. Wyatt recently has started joining our. Good to see you, Francesca. Good evening. Thank you so much. And Wyatt has joined as well. And Wyatt has a question. But before you ask a question, it's Sri Lakshmi's birthday. So let's all say happy birthday to Sri Lakshmi. Sri Lakshmi has joined online. So beautiful.
I just simply can't understand. Thank you.
I remember. I saw somewhere on Facebook that it was your birthday. Like there was a post. So-
Thank you so much. Immense gratitude. Okay.
happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Sri Lakshmi.
Thank you all.
Happy birthday.
Immense
Happy
gratitude. I
birthday.
thank you all.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
May God
Nice.
bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
you.
this is wonderful.
More.
I
I don't
once
know the rest
again
of the song.
immense
I don't know the rest of
gratitude
the song.
to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed.
You're one of us. You're one of us, Sri Lakshmi. You're
Thank
one of
you.
us. Thank
Okay.
you. What did you do for your birthday, Sri Lakshmi?
Just the routine. My granddaughters are here, no? So
Okay.
just the routine.
Okay. Sounds good.
Actually, I started celebrating only after coming here. Until my retirement, I never did my birthday.
Yeah, it's like eating too many famous Amos chocolate chip cookies here in California. It's the new happy hour.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
That's great.
Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. Okay, Wyatt, you were going to ask a question around Dark
Yes.
Night of the Soul, and I'll let you ask the question, and then Patricia can start, and then we'll
Sure.
chime in, and Francesca can.
Perfect. So as you know, I brought it up last Friday's call, and I saw something online. I don't recall whether you posted. Well, no, if you'd posted, I wouldn't have forwarded it to you, obviously. And Carl Jung, who really, 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 I mean, such valuable work, that one of the things that he explained so beautifully was something that I've wondered about and really, really learned a lot from you over the last, I guess, year I've been in this group now, maybe a little longer. That, you know, when Eckhart Tolle says we're always given what we need for the expansion of our consciousness, he isn't kidding. And I'm not saying he would be kidding, but I'm saying that in the limited life or existence I had with such huge blinders on, and then you, Poonam, talking about, and also Patricia, about how this amazing, unlimited consciousness is giving us, of course, exactly what we need. And I thank Patricia for that, because I thought we were choosing everything. However, if it was left solely up to me, I would have said, no, get out of here. And then with what Carl Jung speaks of is that whatever it is that we need is definitely going to be sent to us. And too often I looked upon it as an enemy to destroy. And I would provoke people whenever I didn't want to deal with the very thing in me that was contributing to what the universe was sending to me. And so in this dark night of the soul, I realized and accepted the other day that that's in me. And I said to you, Poonam, on Friday's call, however, I don't necessarily think, I mean, all I got to do is use my breath and meditate, and that's how I deal with the dark night of the soul. And so, and that I have a lot of opportunities with that one, and had some big victories with my older sister a couple of days ago. And then other times it's like I'm Darth Vader. And that's not where I want my life to be. And so when I don't want to look, when I mean, to me, the dark night of the soul is my ego. And it wants to direct my conditioned mind to find things that are wrong with other people. And then it occurs to me after a while, gee, I'm just projecting here my wacky relationship with me. And so that's what I wanted to, I'm glad you asked, because I wasn't going to pursue it for tonight, but I'm grateful that you remembered and asked of me. And I don't know if you have what I forwarded to you in front of you or not, but and if you'd like to read it for everybody, that'd be great. But I have it, but then I'd have to sever the visual portion of this with you. So what I notice when you're working with people on this call, Poonam, is that your listening is not of your ears, but of your spirit. And that inspires me. And especially when you're talking with Patricia. And because I'm inspired, I know that I have that ability within me. And then after you listen to some people patiently for sometimes 25, 30 minutes, you'll ask a question or two, and then you'll let people know in the most loving way of what they need to go do. Whether it's Patricia, go buy the airplane ticket and go to Poland and see your dad. Or whether it's, well, get the money together and go move to the other place. And because how I am in one area is how I am in all areas, I have been communicating for 3 days with a multi-billionaire who owns several automobile dealerships in Miami and out here in LA. And the dark side of me is telling me, you know what he's asking for, and I'm doubting if I'm equipped to coach his sales departments at all these different, I mean, he's the 8th largest privately owned, family owned and operated auto group in the whole country. And the fact is, I am qualified. And I'm exceptional in my skill set. And so I wrote him, he wrote back, I wrote him again, he wrote back. And now it's just a matter of of being, what really helps me is when I go into the pain body, pardon me, and when I'm in that darkness, that I just allow it to be there. I recall, because you may have, all of you have seen this, Yoda, the little guy with the big green ears training Jedi warriors in Return to the Jedi. There's this what do you call it? A cave, and and there's this really eerie sound coming out of the cave, and Luke Skywalker turns to Yoda, and he says, "What's in there?" And Yoda says, "Only what you take with you." And I have been taking a dark, hateful, sinister part of my personality from the family dynamic I was brought up in by my role models. These are just facts. There's no anything else there. And I have been and from that personality, I created my perception reality, my personal reality. And in the item from The Dark Side of the Soul by Jung the other day, and I've read it now 5-6 times. It's so amazing. He speaks of how that expanding our consciousness when we're uncomfortable because we succeed, and then we build this comfort zone around us, and now we're uncomfortable. It's not a problem to be solved horizontally, but rather we got to grow out of it in a spiral. Like the accordion movements with all the legs on the leaf of the caterpillar, it must go through its chrysalis. And 1 second here, I'm so sorry this is happening.
Did he accidentally disconnect? I guess we can hold a minute of silence and see if he joins. If he doesn't join, then Patricia, you can talk about what he said about Dark Night of the Soul. He did give like a huge passage from Carl Jung, but I don't want to go into like start another. So my thing is we're talking around Eckhart's teaching. Sometimes we bring Dr. Joe's. I don't want to spin another Carl Jung, Jungian this thing and mix, like do it this alphabet soup kind of thing, right? Let's sit with Eckhart's teachings. So Patricia, you wanted to start talking about the Dark Night of the Soul and what he should have been doing. Thank you.
Thank you. I know it's been, I think, 2 months, but we did talk about it a little bit before here about Dark Night of the Soul. And from my experience, I just, Wyatt is back.
Actually, he's back. Let him finish.
Maybe he'll have
I'm
the
sorry. I'm sorry. Some call came in on the screen and I wanted to get rid of it, and somehow okay, anyway, I'm back. I won't be playing Mr. Spock anytime soon. Although I did meet him a few times. He's a great gentleman. So what I notice is the same terror from my ego as what terrorized me being my mother's son, with the threats and the intimidation and the physical violence, although I don't beat myself up physically. And even my health has begun to challenge me. And I know that's coming from this this misperception that somehow I was a mistake, as I was told I was. And yet, whoops, I'm sorry. And yet, how do I, oh, well, anyway, there I am. So how close I am to a new sunrise at any moment, to me, it's all about allowing the ego to die again. And I recognize, Patricia and Poonam, that I need to do this sometimes several times a day, and all it takes is to see it, and then it goes away. And what I'm also seeing keenly is, I mean, like, I see it and accept it and surrender to the fact that when the darkness appears, I'm actually at times still acquiescing to it, because I'm convinced that, in other words, I'm like when I go to run and to the kitchen and make a pound of pasta at 3 a.m. like I did this morning after I put away my laundry I did, that was a place of refuge I ran to as a kid. And I'm still abandoning myself. And it's very, very important for me to live my destiny that I've been given, which requires that I not allow my ego to protect me from what is not my enemy, which is the illumination. So that pretty much covers it all. And the thing that Jung said about how when my ego starts reacting from the darkness, that's a good sign that I have outgrown this prison cell. And it's time to step out of the straitjacket that I stepped into long ago. Because that's not where my soul belongs. That's not where my emotions belong. And I need to stop abandoning myself, whether it's with stories of the past or things that haven't happened in the future. And one of the things that I see clearly from both Eckhart and Joe's work is that when I manifest and have the success on the outside without first accepting and applying the lessons of my failures from my past, then I'm in resistance, and it's my ego that's manifesting And so that's why I have no fulfillment, no spiritual foundation to bring into what I'm creating. So once again, I'm chasing my tail. And of course, that's called being in the world and of the world. And it's so important to me. And I put the two phrases together, though they mean the same from the two teachers. When I'm manifesting from the quantum field of present moment awareness, then I'm more of the time being one with that field. And that's the only place where my life happens. And allowing that life is about transcendence and nothing's wasted, whether it's rain clouds or thought clouds or lightning or thunder or whatever my ego wants to keep me in line. And for whatever it's worth, in between reading this thing several times by Carl Jung. And so guess what shows up on my screen? So I started the first one, not the sequel, but the first one was amazing. And so I'm watching again The Matrix, and I realize that I've trapped myself in it.
So let me take
I'm
it to
done.
Patricia. Yeah, let me take it to Patricia since
Please.
it's almost 30 minutes into the call.
Okay.
Wyatt.
Sure.
The one
I
thing
appreciate your patience. Thank you both.
No, it's not the question of patience. We were listening and trying to gather. You were in talking to us. You are actually trying to work things out within yourself, which is a great thing, and that's why we allowed that spaciousness, right? So that you work things out by yourself, because the
Yeah.
answer doesn't come from any of us. The answer will come from within. The one thing I would say before I go to Patricia is,
Sure.
you said the word, I am not sure if I am qualified to coach that many people. I'm not sure if I'm qualified. That's what you said, right? Now, it is not I who, the I within you that is going to do the coaching. When you get out of the way and let the divine within you coach, then that divinity will pour into whatever you're teaching and will actually touch every person. So always know, and this is the knowing, and this is the humility that you see on this call, and even during group meditation, because I realize what we are co-creating at that moment is this shared energy field of pure presence. And that presence is teaching. We are not doing anything. Like Poonam is not doing anything, or Patricia is not doing anything, or Francesca is not doing anything. It's this energy field, which is the quantum, this pure presence that we are holding is what is teaching, right? So always have that, the moment that your ego out of your dark night says, I don't know if I will be able to teach, realize that construct, that sentence construction itself is inaccurate. It's not I who is going to teach. It's the divinity within me that is going to teach, right? I need to get into touch with the divinity. And the only way to get in touch with the divinity is through stillness. Is through
what?
Is through stillness. Stillness. Being still.
Oh, stillness. Yeah, absolutely.
Being still, right? And that is through your meditation practice. That's only the time that you can teach. But with that, Patricia, if you want to give examples of your dark night of the soul, I know when you had just joined the group, you were in that period, right, where you had lost a job and you had joined us. So go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. That was quite a share, Wyatt. A lot of things happened that was very useful to me because I could relate a lot,
Yeah.
especially in doubting yourself. What can you bring? Is that imposter syndrome everywhere? Because when we identifying ourselves with ego, you feel how powerless you are, and that's why you're so afraid, because you're not realizing, like Poonam just mentioned, that all you need to do is completely surrender and let the divinity work through you. We somehow try to do it as the little I, figure everything as a little I. You know, our brains are limited. You know, they're quite genius, but on that three-dimensional level, they are limited.
Mhm.
So if we don't get that alignment, the connection with the divinity, with the source, yeah, everything just doesn't work. It just, no matter how much effort, the more actually effort you put, the more you're just paddling the boat, you know, going in circle. And yeah, every day it happens. And yeah, for me, I was praying and wanting to change and suffering and feeling so little and hopeless. And I was asking for change. And then I thought that the change will be someone coming, oh, Patricia, everything's going to be okay. Here it is. You know, I'm going to give you love. I'm going to give you money. I'm going to give you, you know, new home. Like, I thought I would just get it. And then instead, everything started falling apart. The minute I actually wanted something that I had a, you know, it was brave to ask or imagine, things were starting to falling apart. And I said, no, 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 I didn't want anything to fall apart. I just wanted to get better, not get worse. And then my ego started to be afraid and just trying to, you know, figure things out. And then I stumbled upon that group. And Poonam was sitting just right now, sitting with this light behind her, some meditation, I think it was Secret Acoustic playing in the background, waiting for and something, and I felt I was meant to be here, to have that guidance through the very difficult moments and process. I feel that maybe now I'm on the other side, but not completely. There's still work to be done, or maybe undone. The surrender part. Life teaches me humility every day. The minute I think I know something and my ego tries to, you know, perk themselves up, oh, you know, I'm better than others. The same moment I get slashed and put right back. And I used to fight it. Now I'm like, okay, that happened for a reason. And the words of Eckhart Tolle about complete surrender and breathing and getting in touch with your body, just the stillness. I hear it in my head, and I'm so grateful that finally I have that guidance in me. And then also the words of Karen Mays, which I've been hearing their evening meditation lately. Somehow I needed the reminder that everything happens for a reason. And I don't have to know the reason. I just need to trust it, that it happens for my learning and for my blessing. And that helps me work through sometimes less favorable circumstances. I just need to quickly connect my laptop. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. It showed me energy. It's running low. So those examples, like every day, but I feel I'm a little stronger. And sometimes instead of trying to get the answers, I allow to be in unknown and
Mhm.
just for a minute sit or just walk and just like feeling unknown. It's like, okay, that happened and I'm not sure what to do, but I'm trusting that I'll know. Something will give me the answer. Just it's enough that I'm stillness. I'm inviting the guidance from from the fifth dimension, from whatever.
Mm.
And that's a very humbling experience, that I don't have to be there proving myself and competing about everything. I just need to be in the moment and let this very precious presence work its magic.
Mhm.
So, and it's very healing too for my body, because I feel that there's less stress. I'm allowing my body to relax because I just trust that I'll be okay, and I am okay, and I chose this. What April always talks about is that soul's contract, and I'm so glad that I have those moments of presence, even in the midst of chaos,
Mhm.
that I am able to ground myself and just feel that connection with everybody, and
Mm.
actually getting the lessons, being grateful for sometimes someone is actually causing some turmoil, suffering or hurt, or saying something that it's not true. And normally I wanted to jump and prove them wrong and do that fight stuff. And now I just go back in myself, and then I say, I'm taking accountability for my part, that I could have maybe done different. And I apologize. I acknowledge that, and I'm not afraid to do it anymore. I
Mm.
thought before that if I admit that I made a mistake, somehow I'll be less than that.
Mm.
I'll be judged because of that.
No.
But now, I guess because it's sincere and actually I feel the truth about it, that I realize I'm not special. I'm not better than everybody else. I make mistakes, and that giving myself a break, in other words, and owning it, it's actually very liberating. So I guess I'm still in some kind of dark night on the soul, even though that it seems like the roughest part of it, the most tough I went through, I got
Yeah.
over. But I'm not completely on the dry land yet. If that makes sense. So
Yeah.
there's still some work to be done. Thank you
It's
so
a
much.
process. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Patricia. So eternally grateful. Thank you for your wisdom.
Yep.
Great pointers.
Thank you.
Great pointers about surrender. Great pointers about not letting your ego get in the way. Be humble. Humility, that you've learned a lot of humility, right? Of allowing yourself to be somebody that makes mistakes,
Yeah.
right? So beautiful. The one thing I would say, so you can take Eckhart's course. I don't know if it's available for purchase. He did a course on the Dark Night of the Soul, Wyatt. But Eckhart, his guidance always has been like, get into the present moment, just like you were saying, right? Let me give all my sense perceptions in this moment. Like the moment you're getting pulled into the negativity, right? The negative loop,
Yeah.
then you go, okay, raise your palms and feel the energy in your palms and say, let me feel the energy in my palms, or let me feel my breath in and out. Immediately, what I would say is go outside. Like even if it's at 3 a.m. in the morning, go in your backyard and go outside, because nature has a beautiful way of nurturing us back into the present moment. Nature, like I always love, if I were not to go outside and do a walk, I just walk around in circles in my backyard just to absorb nature, like absorb the sky, absorb the sounds of the crickets and the, I don't know, cicada, whatever, the thing makes a loud noise. And then the birds chirping, like even in the evening, they're like chirping while they're going to sleep, they're chirping still. And then just the sky. And it was like 2 days back, it was like beautiful full moon, right? Strawberry moon. So just absorbing that nature is so healing to the soul. The other thing I would say is the place that you live in, see if you can find an energy healer that cleanses spaces, like burn sage in the corners of your home. I don't know if you've heard of sage burning. Like take sage and burn sage, like light it, like open your windows, light sage, and bring it to every corner of each room, just the corners of each room, right? And that will cleanse the aura in your house. So it may be that because they may have been so much pain and suffering in your home. So, you know, this is like a cloud of mental viruses. Like it's like a virus, dark night of the soul. Like you're plugging into some kind of, you know how like when we have tornadoes, how heavy the cloud is? It's like blackish in color and they're huge, right? About to drop like tons and tons of rain. Like like I can feel the normal rain, thunderstorm rain, but then when the tornadoes come, the whole weather is like totally different, right? So that may be that you're plugging into something within your house. It may be that if you're in repeated 2 or 3 days, you're in dark night of the soul, then say, okay, I'm going to go get a cottage in some forest or something for 2 days. I'm going to rent it and just see if it makes a difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that's beautiful.
Get away
'Cause-
from
Yeah.
whatever this is, this energy field, this cloud that is, right? Like for me, the way, if I feel like my son has a heavy pain body, so it may be that something gets negative in the house, right? If it gets negative, my way of cleansing it is I go deep into meditation.
Yeah.
So my meditative practice is what cleanses the energy. And immediately like this, I burst out in joy, like I'm in joy, right? So, but because you're not able to do the depth of meditative practice, I would say just move away from, if it is your house where you're feeling this dark night of the soul, get away from the house. Go get a cottage. Or LA is beautiful. I'm sure they're like beautiful nature preserves where you reservations where you can just buy a little cabin for a day or two, go stay in that cabin and then expose yourself to nature. Right?
Yeah.
Every day go for a walk, every day go for a long walk in nature.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right? And see if that cleanses out the dark night of the soul. Don't get into 2 or 3 weeks of or a month of dark night of the soul. Immediate like change where you are, change like Eckhart says he sat on a park bench, right? Why did he not sit at his home? Because I'm sure his home is like heavy energy. So he got out and he sat on the park bench and let nature heal him, right? build his presence power just by Eckhart used to say that he would drive in his car and it would be raining. He loved driving away from the city in his
Mhm.
car, and he would just sit and watch the rain drop and just sit in his car,
Yes.
right? So it's something like that. When you're experiencing the dark night, for anybody that is experiencing dark night of the soul, I would say immediately the final solution I would say is please, please, please go attend a week-long retreat with Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Hmm.
You will change completely. You will have a practice. You will have a tool. He will give you tools that you can use throughout your life. That one will heal you physically. Two, it will heal you at the level of the soul. So do a retreat with Dr. Joe Dispenza. There is nothing like, I feel after 10 days, I feel I am no longer the person that went to the retreat.
Hmm.
Even though you'll see the same human being, I am not the person that went to the retreat. The person that left the retreat is totally different than the person that went to the retreat. Something healed, something very deeply. I mean, in spite of taking supplements, I got like they say the dispenser of flu. I got like a cold, and it wouldn't go away. Finally, I remembered, Patricia, 2 days back. I remembered the garlic in the steamed potatoes. Right, the moment I put garlic in steamed potatoes, raw garlic, it cleared. Like the last remnants of the this thing phlegm cleared. But I was taking my supplement routine. Like as soon as I came back, I started having the vitamin C, the golden seal, the cat's claw. I started having all my supplements again and relied on my supplements to heal me. But it took me a while. Like my body was heavy. Like if I would do some chores, like do some laundry and something, and if I lay down on the bed, I would just like fall asleep. I would do some chores. Like the first day that I came back, I would go do a thing of laundry and I would fold the laundry. Then I would go lie in the bed and I would like fall asleep. I'm so glad that I did not offer group meditation that Friday that I came back on the 21st of June. There was no way that I could have done meditation on June 21st. With that, let me go to Francesca. Francesca, if you want to take it away for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Nice to be back. Although I am feeling a little tired, and it's funny, Poonam spoke about falling asleep all the time because that's kind of what's been happening over here.
You may
Wow.
be getting a major upgrade, Francesca. So somebody told
Oh.
me that my autonomic nervous system is recalibrating. So that's why it's like wanting to like go into homeostasis over and over again, like that. I'm not active. Like it would just happen. Like I'm sitting, and if I close my eyes for a few minutes, I would like fall asleep sitting. Like I didn't even have to be lying down like in the flat position or something like that. I could fall asleep. And this is the first time I felt like, did I end up with narcolepsy after this retreat? And then once that person explained that no, your autonomic nervous system is recalibrating, let it go, you will feel a lot better after a few days. Like when you recover completely, you'll actually, and that exactly like this Monday after that raw garlic on Sunday. I mean, Monday morning, I was like, woo, I am Poonam 2.0. What happened to me? Like, I'm so different. Like, I'm totally different. Like, the butterfly came out of the chrysalis or something like that. It's like, whoa, who is this? So go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Thank you.
And you are 100% right. The restorative process is happening, right? So remember we were doing Eckhart's Teacher of Presence program, and then I went into this huge And I was like, okay, yeah, it's gonna fit. But the integration, my God, it's like more and more and more. Like, and then one thing, joins with the next, and it's like there is no stopping, right? And then he just had the other retreat, which I did online as well. And through between Teacher of Presence and this other retreat, what's been happening after, as I move through integration is my nervous system. I started eating differently and everything started to change. Like my I've been going to AI and asking it guidance, for example, in relation like what to eat and such. And because of that, my entire nervous system has been moving through profound shifts, like with the integration, the work I'm doing with Eckhart. And my God, I have like hundreds of pages of written, like of how much has shifted because I've been sleeping. I've been sleeping a lot. My entire survival mind has been getting reprogrammed in relation, from the way it was surviving, doing, being in control of everything, all of that. So any debris that I hadn't taken care of in that regards, like that's all getting excavated at the nervous system level. I've developed a relationship, my nervous system is developing a relationship with food from a depth I wouldn't have been able to figure it out on my own, I didn't realize existed. Um, and so for the first time actually in 6 years, so 6 years it has been since all of the heart attacks and such, this is like the second week now. My blood sugar reading, my God, I'm overflowing in gratitude and humility and so much. It's actually normalizing. It's in the single digits, like in the normal. I'm just like, so, I am sleeping, yes, a lot. And the old version of me would have resisted sleeping because, my mind would have gone, oh my God, I'm becoming lazy. I'm not getting anything done. All of that went out of the window. So, yes, there's a lot of shifts in relation, like a huge upgrades that are happening. And so, as a result of that, like earlier, I food prep, I made food for multiple days. So now, because Charlotte is going to be having her dental surgery in a couple of days. And so then that way, I'm going to be fully present with taking care of her, making her liquid smoothie diet. I told her, I'm like, oh, you're gonna go full blown AW because that's all she's they're removing a couple of her tooth. So I'm like, yeah, you're going on the AW diet because it's gonna be all smoothies. So I wanted to make sure, okay, my food and everything's already prepped. And so yeah, it's after I finished doing like the food prepping and cooking, I was like so sleepy. I'm like, okay, so I've learned how to listen to my body. Oh my God, from a depth that had it not been for Eckhart, I'm trying not to cry because all of my signals were like entangled in such a horrific, like, there's activation, right? And then there is cortisol, when it activates all of that. Then there is you know, vitality, which is, that life force energy and all these different signals that happens, within a nervous system. And up until a week ago, 2 weeks ago, mine was all like entangled and I couldn't tell the difference. So I would, go into meditation and, my charisma would, awaken and my mind would activate and it would trigger, end up triggering a stress response because that's the way my body was programmed, my nervous system was programmed. Doesn't matter what was happening, it assumed it was stress. And in many ways it was, and now I understand why, because of the way it was happening. And so the old Francesca would run with that energy, do like, oh my God, 15,000 steps. Then I'd go clean the house and then I'd go, write a whole bunch of stuff from my book and I'd be doing so much. I was, rather than being present, I was, yeah, utilizing the energy that I have, but that activation was also, disillusioned in a way because I was also borrowing energy. So I was using present moment energy, but I was also borrowing energy from tomorrow and from the next day and the next day. And so what would happen, I'd be like, oh, da da da, da, crash. That's literally what happened with the heart attacks, right? I had been borrowing so much energy from that future psychological time. My body was just like, yeah, no, we have nothing left, essentially, right? And so when I would go to sleep, even though I would sleep and I would rest and I'd be doing all these restorative practices, my body wasn't, nothing was happening because cortisol would be activated. And so all of these things in my nervous system was going on in the background. And so finally, now that my body is at a place where restoration actually happens when I sleep, I'm actually deep sleeping and so forth. I'm sleeping all the time. A lot in the daytime. So sometimes, like today, as soon as I finish cooking, my body would be like, okay, that's it. And I'm learning how to listen more and more deeply to the body, to the signal, to its guidance. My God, to its guidance. And so I've been deeply immersed in my nervous system and really understanding what my body has been communicating and making, the little changes that I need to in that regard. So that's kind of what's happening over here. I don't see any of it, although I feel exhausted a lot because it is a lot of work. I don't necessarily see anything that comes through now as for me as a dark night, because for me, going, to that topic that we were talking about, there is if I'm activated, so if I'm feeling triggered and a whole bunch of negativity is suddenly starting to happen, what I do is I'm accustomed now to go into silence and witness and observe myself, like, okay, what's arising for me, okay, I'm feeling angry or whatever the case may be. Why is that happening? So I always do that self-examination, to get to the root cause and alchemize it. That's just, I guess, my habitual process in that regard. So for the most part, when something happens, um, I go into, you know, I start to pay attention. Okay, um, what thought formations are arising, right? So being in that awareness, I'm aware, like, is this judgmental thoughts, or is there my ego mind making a bunch of, monkey stories going on? What are the quality of these stories? Because the content of the story is what shows me where I need to do work, the mirror, right? So from the inner work perspective, there is that's going on, of course. And I'm right now completely just devoted to my nervous system and really understanding my body and connecting to it from the depth that it's been asking for so long. I guess I needed to learn the hard way. Some of us, right? In this case, me, like yeah, the way I learn, I guess, is by going through, yeah.
So you've been through a dark night of the soul. How did you get out of it? If you want to give Wyatt some quick couple of bullet points.
So bullet points would definitely be becoming fully present with it, becoming fully present with that which is arising. And because for me, the way I see dark night of the soul is what's arising, meaning what are the thought formations that's arising, if there's any formation, right? What feelings is this generating? And then I focus on that. That's where the work needs to be done, because I recognize this is a mirror and the universe is teaching me something about myself. Because if I'm becoming triggered by anything whatsoever, it doesn't matter what it is, right? It means I have work to do. Has nothing to do with what's causing it, like in terms of the outside, the external. To me, the external is just angels, angels, whether it's a family member or whoever, they also have their work to do, right? So they're also essentially showing up from the states of consciousness in relation to where they're at. Everybody, we all are, right? And so for me, yeah, I stopped calling it the dark night of the soul, because for me it's more like I see it as a mirror that's continuously showing me, okay, this is what's coming up for me. And then I also, during the witnessing process, which is being present with it, I'm witnessing it, through this process of pure awareness, I can get to see, I'm learning about this pattern, I'm learning about the thought formation that it's creating within me. I'm learning about, oh, is this collective or is this, personal because of a traumatic imprint or something I learned from childhood, or perhaps I need to be present, because I'm now a little bit too much online and going into the egoic state of mind, and so now I'm becoming entangled, right? So
Right.
yeah, examining those entanglements, for me, that's honestly, I have fun with it, because every time there's an examination, it feels like there's some sort of a discovery, and then Eckhart teaches it, and I'm like, yes, Eckhart said it too. So, I have a little fun, to be really honest, with the process, and yeah, yeah. So to me, the greatest, if I had to share, to choose one thing to do, is to be present with it, be the witness what's
Beautiful.
arising for you, and just being present. You don't even have to like self-examine, right? Just be there with what's arising for you. Give it, it's giving it that attention that it needs, or that it's asking for, right? Breathing with it.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Francesca. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Eternally grateful, infinite gratitude for all the insights. Thank you so, so much. What I would say is just the fact that he's not curled up on his bathroom floor, which I've heard people do during their dark night of the soul. I've heard
Yeah.
so many, like Debbie Ford and Marianne Williamson and Debbie Ford and Byron Katie talk about, like, they would be curled up on the floor for days on end. At least you did not do that or drink so much alcohol. I think they were alcoholic as well. I think Debbie Ford was drinking alcohol, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
So, like, as long as you're not doing that, it may not be, you're calling it the dark night of the soul, but it may not be a total dark night of the soul. So give the presence power within you some credit.
Yeah, actually, that reminded me. Sorry,
Go ahead.
I
Go
didn't
ahead.
mean to cut you off, Poonam. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, 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 you're
Curling
good.
up on the bathroom floor reminded me of a funny story. In one of my dark nights, I didn't remember it until now. I One of my favorite thing I done from time to time is I turn on music, and specifically, Losing My Religion, the song Losing My
Yeah.
Religion. I turned it on full blast, because now I'm like bawling my eyes out to God on my hands and my knees, so every single word. And Charlotte would be telling she would sometimes, she's like, oh, my mom is doing that thing again. She's crying to God, and I don't know what to do. Because I'd be singing it over and over and over again, because it's my, conversation. Like, it has all the words that I want to say. And yeah, so that's so funny. I haven't done that in a while, but yeah. Thank you. Your
It's
sharing reminded me of that.
beautiful. So give yourself credit why that you're not there. So that may not be the depth of like what the dark night of the soul that people talk about, like the depression or the
Yeah.
negative heaviness that they talk about. So with that, let's close the call. I know, Patricia, it's getting late for you. I want you there on, is that today's Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday. I want you there on Friday for group meditation. I will end the group meditation early because I have to work that night, but still we will meet and we'll do our meditative practice. So meet you all at group meditation. So grateful, eternally grateful to all of you for your contributions. Thank you for choosing your divinity over your humanity. Happy birthday, Sri Lakshmi.
Thank
Much
you.
love.
Yay!
Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
So
Good
many
night,
Padme
everybody.
Hum.
Good
Thanks.
night.
Good night.
Happy 250th 4th of July
Thank you.
to everyone.
Yeah.
Happy
Oh
4th.
yes, it's Canada Day today too. Oh yeah, I don't really celebrate those things, but yeah,
Happy
Uh,
Canada Day.
it's a holiday here.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you,
Happy
Poonam,
weekend.
Patricia,
Good night.
Francesca, everyone.
Oh,
Good night.
you,
Bye.
thank
good
you.
night. Good night.
Bye. Bless
Good
you all.
night. God bless you.